All right, everybody, welcome to the show.
Welcome.
We're so delighted that you're here. This is, I always look forward to this episode.
Yes, me too.
This is, I guess, do we do these about maybe once a quarter?
Seems like it.
This is a listener submitted episode. If you don't fast forward past any of the segues in any of our other episodes, then you will know that we have a voicemail option that you can send to us. It's on my website, and it just says send voicemail. And so we gather those, we collect them like collectors, and then about once a quarter or so, we have a listener submitted episode, and that is today.
That's today.
I would like our listening community to know that you have obeyed me on this episode because Amy and I approach, life differently. And she likes, why don't you just go ahead and explain?
Well, I don't know what you were going to say.
Well, I was just going to say exactly what you know I was going to say, which is my preferred way to record this episode is to not have listened in advance to which ones we're responding to. So our producer kind of pulls this episode together for us. And so we get to have sort of a spontaneous, genuine, real-time reaction to your messages in this particular episode. And
so
we're not the same here.
Say we approach life differently. Like from my vantage point, I like to prepare. I like to imagine everything that can go wrong.
Sure.
So I can adjust to prevent disaster. And listening to these voicemails ahead of time just prepares my heart.
Yes.
But last time we did an episode,
Yes.
it was some wrenching voicemails. And so I just sat here and watched you knowing what second you were going to start crying. And that made you uncomfortable. My preparation?
Nope. It's more that you just checked your little self right out of the episode. You're like, well, I've already heard it. What do you want to say? And I'm like, what the F? I need you to be my emotional support partner.
You have chosen wrong.
I really did. I know what you're saying. You're sturdy in a lot of ways. Maybe that's not it.
Wait, no, I'm sturdy if I prepare.
Okay.
I am stoic if I prepare.
I see. And stoicism, I would like to suggest, isn't always the end goal.
Wow.
Well, that's my thought.
So today, it's a real grab bag of emotions from this side of the screen really and the other side.
Proud of you. So she did not listen in advance, so she is telling us, and I appreciate that.
You're welcome.
You are allowing yourself a little lack of catastrophe control.
We'll see.
It's amazing. That's growth. It's growth. Now, I'll tell you where your posture suits us is all of our other episodes. When we have our guests, you are incredibly prepared.
Yes.
You over prepare.
Yes.
You're like, well, I saw a YouTube that she did a year and a half ago that I looked up. I'm like, what? So it has its place in podcasting, for sure.
Yes. And good news is, because I was not allowed to prepare for the actual episode, I instead spent all morning on Puerto Rican history.
This is very exciting and a fantastic segue. We just had the Super Bowl, listeners.
Last night.
Wasn't it so great? I mean, I was delighted. Just delighted at the halftime show.
Yes, my heart was delighted. I thought that I would be at a Super Bowl party, up.
Oh,
dancing.
Sure.
Reveling. And I was sick in bed.
Oh, yeah. Sorry about that.
With a whole bunch of Kleenex. But I still loved it.
Did you revel in your heart?
With my whole heart.
Yes.
And then I immediately got on the internet and looked up every reference. What did that mean? What did this mean? And then, as usual, just like with Kendrick last year, there's a whole host
It's a river underneath it.
History that I had no clue about.
Yeah.
But what we know now as our demographic is if we don't know something, we don't say, that can't be true, I never learned it. We say,
Tell me more.
tell me more.
Sure.
Yes.
Sure. Or even if it's that can't be true, it's that doesn't matter. That's
Right.
not important. That's not worth my time or energy because it's not my personal experience.
Yeah, not true.
Oh my gosh, it was so beautiful. Like, I haven't had time because I had a morning full, but I want to go back and rewatch it and pick up everything I missed. Like, I'm seeing it today on socials, like the little like cultural touchstones that I didn't catch the first time. It was like, it felt like a little bit like watching a Broadway show. It was so story driven, and the set design was literally like a character.
Yeah.
It brought so much meaning to every single scene. It was motion, actors dancing.
A real wedding.
I know. Look, I have goosebumps.
Oh,
I didn't know that till after.
yes.
I did not know that part till after. Also, there was this widely circulated idea that the little boy was Liam from Minneapolis, and it wasn't.
It wasn't.
It wasn't, but I like that idea in my heart.
I did. I mean, I struggle to find words about things that I don't know a lot about.
What'd you find?
Caitlin Curtis, who wrote Native.
Yeah, of course.
She's been on the show.
Yeah.
This is what she wrote. I don't have a lot of words right now, but all morning in this cafe, I've been crying because I know community is real, and so is joy. The kind that outlasts centuries of empire. The kind that dances and climbs and waits and sings. The kind that simmers when it must and also bursts into flame right when we need it. And right now, we are on fire.
That's great.
And the whole world knows it. Blessed by the masses who never stop showing us the way back home to ourselves.
What a great analysis. Well, she's such a good writer, of course, but that is beautifully written. It does feel like that, does it not to you? We've caught a spark.
Yeah.
I'm not happy about it because we have caught a spark because of racism and injustice and state-sanctioned violence and the corruption of democracy. So I don't love that
Right.
we're here and why we're here, but I feel that.
Yeah.
I feel that, like, well, I guess it's hope. I'm trying to remember the feeling, and I think that's what it is. If I recall, like, and the kind that's not like a flash in the pan, you know?
Yeah. Like,
Because we can have these little bursts of hope. We get them, well, every day if we're looking for them.
yeah.
This feels a little bit more sustained and broader and wider and louder. I mean, I hate to be so on the nose, but the whole sign in the show last night, you know, the only thing greater than hate is love. I'm like, I feel like we're witnessing that
Yes.
a little bit.
I do still like swing wildly back and forth between rage
Sure.
and reading the files.
Oh, God.
And I know. And then, you know, watching Bad Bunny over and over. In fact, I have one friend who keeps sending me like angry Barbie memes. I mean, they're so funny.
Yes, yes.
But also, I'm like, how can we harness this rage?
Yeah.
To tear it down, but also keep enough joy and
know.
love to build the next thing.
My God.
And I don't know, like this morning I was like, do we do it by like a Pomodoro timer? You know, like 25 minutes of like hope and love and 5 minutes of all out rage. I don't know.
I think about this all the time.
I was going to wear my Fight Club t-shirt this morning and I put on my
Flowers.
Community is Resistance t-shirt.
I see what you're saying. You chose love
It
today.
actually feels better. I mean, I cannot dismiss
Yeah.
the rage, but it doesn't make me very functional when I embrace it. So
Also, love is not neutral. Like,
Yeah.
that's not like inactive. It's not passive. It's not like because I'm not choosing rage today, I guess I'm just not contributing to the resistance. It's actually not true. It actually is resistance. And
Right.
so,
as seen iPad bunny last night.
Oh my God.
I
don't think I stopped smiling one time.
I'm going to watch it every day.
I know.
Until I get sick of it. And I don't know when that's going to be.
What was one little thing that you learned on your deep dive today?
The Puerto Rican flag. He used the original Puerto Rican flag with the light blue that we, the United States of America, outlawed in 1948. We made it against the law to fly the original Puerto Rican flag, and then we changed it to a dark blue to match our flag, and then allowed it.
That tracks. That's on brand.
Dick move.
That's on brand. That's on brand, America.
Yeah. Anyway, he flew the original.
Well, I would have never known that.
Yeah.
I would have never known that at all. That's what I need to go back through and find the layers. Mm-hmm. It was just when he was going through like all the Americas. Oh God, I could cry right now. We're just missing that so much. Mm-hmm. We're missing this enormous, monstrous, like worldwide display of love and unity. We have just been sunk for so long with Donald Trump. A decade he has stolen from us. A decade.
Well, we've been sunk for a little.
Well, we've been sunk since our inception. That's fine.
But yes,
we've been particularly sunk in this particular way.
It is making us very myopic because we feel like we're in crisis every day. But again, like keep platforming other voices.
Yes, exactly. Anyway.
Including Caitlin. Thank you, Caitlin.
Yes, thank you so much, Caitlin, for letting us quote your beautiful writing on the show again. And listeners, if by chance, because, plenty of people don't watch the Super Bowl because they're like, pass on sports, understandable. I didn't watch the second half of the football game.
Oh, well, our team won, so that was good.
It was an hour.
Well, the one we chose to root for because we based our selection on owners.
Oh, your family? Is this what you're saying?
Mm-hmm. Uh-huh. Yeah.
I mean, I cheered for Seattle because my friend loves his team.
Oh, well, there you go.
You know Rob.
Yeah.
Our Rob. Anyways, regardless, we chased a rabbit just there. What I was going to say is, if you didn't watch the Super Bowl because you don't care about any of it, do yourself a favor and just YouTube the halftime show. It's 13 minutes that you will be so glad that you invested in. It's just, it's like a little joy boost. Mm-hmm. I'm going to watch it after we do this.
It's up to like 140 million views.
OMG.
As of this morning.
On YouTube?
Mm-hmm.
I love it.
Well, and like TV watchers last night. So yes,
I love that
because
so much.
The whole world loves him. The whole world. So
he's like one of the most downloaded artists in the world.
Yes.
So for all the American people who were like, oh my God, we don't know him. We've never heard of him. And we don't speak that language. I'm like, oh, pet. Oh, okay.
Okay.
I'm just wondering, I think it was probably the exact same like reaction to Kid Rock. I'm sorry. I just feel like being a bitch. Okay. Let's forget about that. Let's move on.
Listen, jorts have a place.
Oh, bless it.
But
okay.
Not today, Satan.
Not today, Satan.
Okay. Listener voicemails.
Let's do it.
Back on track.
Back on track. And you're hearing our reactions in real time. So I appreciate you. Okay. Here we go. This is our first message from Paige.
Hello, Jen Hatmaker. I could talk for hours about your latest Instagram content and how amazing and encouraging it is and how I resonate with so much of it. But I actually came here because I just listened to the Kai Dickens episode. And I just want to tell you, I discovered telepathy tapes because of you months before that, when you just like brought it up casually at the beginning of one of your other episodes. And it sounded so intriguing that I immediately cut over and listened to the entire telepathy tape series, and then came back and jumped into Jen Hatmaker for the Love podcast. So thank you for that. And also thank you for bringing Kai in to speak to her. It's just been fascinating and eye-opening on so many levels. But I just wanted to thank you for opening our eyes and our heart and our minds to things that we may have never discovered because we listen to you and because you are brave and courageous at bringing content and stories to our world. So thank you so much for that. I'm obsessed with telepathy tapes. I tell everybody about it. It's ridiculous, and it has truly opened my eyes. So thank you so much. Take care. Bye-bye.
Okay, well, the person to get the credit page for the telepathy tapes is Amy.
True.
Because you remember when you texted me about the telepathy tapes in the same week that BT did?
Yes.
It was, I'd never heard of it, and then I heard of it twice, like in 2 days.
Mm-hmm.
And then it took me a while because I'm slow in the uptake to actually go listen to it because it was a whole thing, and you kind of have to listen to the whole thing. And when okay, first of all, listener, if you did not listen to that episode, we will link it because I just don't even know what to say. I think about that so often. The whole thing. The whole thing.
Me too. Like, I mean, our conversation with Kai, but also the whole series and all the bonus content and now a second season. And I probably think about it multiple times a week. When something weird happens,
Yes.
like looking at things that have happened in my past through a different lens, like just I pay attention more now and don't feel crazy for it.
Exactly. If we're like speaking in shorthand and you guys did not listen to that particular episode, first of all, that's a reason why you should subscribe. Do you understand what I'm saying? I tell you this every week. Like, you'll be like, I didn't hear that one. I'm like, because it wasn't in your library. Be a subscriber. And then you can do a quick scroll. What haven't I heard? What sounds interesting? Okay, so clock that. By the way, it takes you like 5 seconds to subscribe. So that's just that. That's my that. The telepathy tapes is now a multi-season podcast.
Soon to be documentary. Yes.
Wow. We're watching that.
Yes. With each of the 2 seasons right now has a lot of bonus content on the end that didn't fit into like the narrative of the story she was telling for each season. So it's endless amount of content. And then if you go and look at her sources, it's even more.
Give the
fascinating.
thumbnail of what it's so hard to describe because it sounds like cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, but it's stunning. And it's like, what's the word I'm looking for? Scientific approach to this.
It highlights primarily non-speakers, a lot who have autism, who communicate through spelling. They're able to use their gross motor skills to point to letters on boards and start communicating.
Right.
At all different ages. And then once they do.
And all different places, like
all over the world.
All around the world. So, yeah.
These are experiences that these families have been having themselves and haven't been talking about, or only in like very secure circles.
Yeah.
But the ability to communicate telepathically, to know what's going to happen in the future, to download, for lack of a better word, new information through maybe a collective consciousness. It's so fascinating.
Oh my gosh. If that just sounds bananas to you, like I get it. All I can suggest, listen to the first like 2 or 3 episodes. It renders me speechless. Like it's fascinating. And the like credible scientific approach to this is also like ironclad. And so, I mean, you are left having to draw some really interesting conclusions about what we do not even barely understand about consciousness, about, well, even the autistic community and nonverbal speakers, but about what our brains are capable of. Like,
One of my favorite episodes in season 2 was with Rick Rubin and Liz Gilbert talking about creativity. Some of what she talks about in Big Magic and he talks about in his book on creative arts. But the ideas come fully formed and an artist can download them. And then it's their choice whether to act on it. And stories that come to you, that are available to you, that you pass on will go to someone else. And I do not believe that...
I remember when I read that in Big Magic.
Rick Rubin is a more credible source than a non-speaking child. But if we are naturally skeptic and we're more likely to understand it through his lens, then go listen to that episode first. Like it's undeniable. Things that are at work that we simply cannot measure yet.
It's undeniable. We'll link it. Anyway, Paige, thank you for loving that episode as much as we did. I told Amy afterward, I'm like, why isn't everybody talking about this? Like, how is everybody just driving to their jobs? And why isn't this the conversation around every single table? I kind of still feel that way, to be honest.
Okay, on to the next one. These next 4 callers all called about different episodes from October when we were in our wake-up call season. First up, we have Hillary, who was very inspired by the Lee Camp episode.
That was a good one.
Yeah.
All right.
Let's listen.
Let's hear from Hillary.
Hi, Jen. My name is Hillary. Just listened to one of your interviews on your podcast with Lee Camp, and I thought it was really great. I loved the fact that he did not have a cell phone. I thought that was amazing, and I've thought about that so many times in my life, and then I've imagined myself writing a book or something or a website about my experience getting rid of my cell phone, and I actually have gone to the store to give them my phone and ask for a flip phone to try to make the transition. And then I've chickened out and then got re-addicted to my cell phone. Anyways, I think I'm gonna take the leap and just do it. So I don't know. I just thought I would let you know that because maybe you could help spread the word about other people too. Like, I think we need to make an example for the younger people in our world. I have, children in their 20s, and I know they look at me like I'm an old person, but they respect me. And I think that we could start to set an example. Okay, we're not walking around with these things anymore. Like, we've decided this is bad for us. Really, social media divides us. It's a huge problem. So I don't know. I think your podcast, that one episode with Lee Camp, has really convinced me to take the leap. So anyways, I just wanted to let you know that, and I love you.
Wow, Hillary. She's going for it.
Do you mean my jugular?
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, I am of two minds on this so much. I feel like I've got the angel and the devil on my shoulders because there is a huge part of me that is like, I want that. First of all, I already know I'm addicted to my phone. This is not negotiable. I don't even think I'm in normal territory. I think I'm probably I don't know what normal is. I have no idea, but I feel like I am on my phone too much, and I notice that one little check, boom, it's 40 minutes.
Yeah.
40. What have I done? What have I looked at? What am I doing? What could I have been doing?
But we don't even know anymore. Like, I think there was a time when we first got them when we were like, I could have been outside, or we could have started a garden.
Sure.
Remember, we did that.
We sure did.
Together.
We started a gardens.
Now I honestly I can't even remember what I would do with my time. And so that makes it even harder to set it down. Because I'm like, what am I just going to look out the window?
Totally. We have lost the plot. Also, the thing that I tell myself is, I need it for work. Which isn't not true. It's not untrue. That's not a full lie. But I'll be honest. I can do my work on my laptop when I open it to do my work. Because I don't actually have to go around documenting my life all the time.
Right.
In fact, my business team wishes I would do better on that. But the story I'm telling myself is a partial truth.
Well, I even tell myself that for this job, and that is an outright lie.
It is. Whatever we need's in our inbox.
Yes. And like in the physical book that we get.
In the physical.
We
just
need
read
to
it like an old-fashioned lady.
But when I got this job, I was like, oh, even more reason to do deep dives. I am going to research this one random thing for 5 hours.
I see what you're saying. You've used it as a portal to some degree of time waste.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. This is why it's two truths and a lie. Because we actually do need to prepare for our guests, which we do. And that includes where are they at on socials right now? What are they saying? Like, we're reading, some of their content is online.
That we could access through our laptops.
We could. And so it's only half true.
Yeah. And probably every day, because my algorithm, I see like funny, big air quote, funny things about like, I'm so sad. In response, I'm just going to pick up my like sad rectangle and look at the sad screen and click on every sad thing that pops up. That's
right. I wonder why we feel that. Every time I see something like that, I laugh. But my feelings are hurt. Because I'm like, I wonder why I can't sleep good.
Okay, well, Hillary, let us know how it goes. I also want to do that. I do.
Do you?
Yes.
Mostly?
I want to do a lot of things.
Yeah, well, so do I. Yeah, good for you. Gosh.
Also, I did really love that conversation with Lee.
I did too. So did our listeners. That episode had a lot of traction.
And I like the work he's doing to prepare for that episode. I went and listened to his podcast, and he had just interviewed a priest in Gaza. It had just released like a few days before, and that was a heavy lift for him. And then at the very end, you asked what was maybe for like your one more thing, Substack thing. You said, what's the bravest thing you've done lately? And he referenced putting that content out there. And I just really appreciated him.
Me too. Same. All right. In that same series, then Katie called to talk about the John Fugelsang episode. That one was no joke. All right. Let's hear what Katie has to say.
Hi, Jen. I really wanted to leave a voicemail and just let you know how much I thoroughly enjoyed your book. I've already recommended it to many friends, family members, and I just listened to your podcast with John Fugelsang, and I had already read his book recently. And I just wanted to let you know I love when I am kind of in the know of what's going on with all the people in your circle and who you talk with. So thoroughly enjoyed his episode, his book. I listened to an audiobook, and on a road trip, got my middle school kids to listen with me because they are now in that time where they're trying to figure out what kind of Christian they are, or all these things that are being thrown at them, beliefs that they should accept. So they really liked his book as well. So just wanted to let you know how much I enjoy your podcast and all of your interviews. I live in the Austin area. I once actually saw you walking by Punch Bowl Social in the Domain. And I was like, oh my God, that's Jen Hatmaker. Anyway, keep on doing your thing. And I look forward to more podcasts.
Awesome, Katie. Also, by the way, Katie, if you ever see me, it's your responsibility to say hi.
Right.
I'm just a person walking around the Domain. Like, I'm not that interesting. Just holler at me. Holler at your girl. That episode was so good, wasn't it?
He lives rent-free in my head every day.
Is there a particular thing that he said, or is it just the whole... remember how shocked we were at just the volume of accessible knowledge, history that he had at his fingertips? You and I just kind of sat here like, I think we just threw a couple of softballs to him, and he just just brought it. for an hour. What do you think of?
I think of it's not just this book. I mean, he has been on this like gauntlet of a book tour.
Yeah.
He's on all of the news shows.
Yeah.
But he has done this work his whole life.
Yeah.
Or his whole career. I'm fascinated by his endurance in having these conversations because they're exhausting.
So exhausting.
The conversation is fascinating. The people are exhausting, and he just keeps at it because he believes that understanding the Gospels is what can move us forward.
Yeah.
And that is very different than saying the way to healing is to become a Christian nation. That's not what he's saying. That's not what I'm saying.
Yeah, yeah.
But his understanding of Scripture,
Yeah, I know.
Old Testament and New Testament, is he is a Bible scholar.
He is. It was like listening to a savant.
Yeah. And he just wakes up every day and keeps having these conversations. Without this enormous amount of defensiveness and cynicism.
Oh, that was what I was struck by in prep for him, watching him in other interviews, in a lot of combative sort of environments. Just like a cool customer. Mm-hmm. Just kind of held his center and didn't get baited and super flustered, didn't like strike back, which I feel like I entirely would. His way of communicating is also as admirable as his knowledge.
And he has a way of being able to say, you are wrong about how you are interpreting this.
Yeah.
Like in a scholarly way.
Right.
You are incorrect, but not taking the next step and saying, like, you're a
terrible human.
You're a terrible, thicky, dum-dum. So
I don't know why we're not invited on C-SPAN like he is. I'm really glad, Katie, that you loved that episode. I loved it too. I really, really appreciated his book, which we read. I mean, as someone who's been around like the Bible and this faith conversation my whole life, I was floored by the extent of his like understanding of the arc of the story. Anyway, right on. Okay, you guys, another fan favorite from the Wake Up Call series was clearly Melani Sanders. I mean, of course it was.
The president of the We Do Not Care Club.
That's correct. And founder,
president, fearless leader.
Yes.
And then also somehow has managed to decentralize this entire movement worldwide.
Totally. We were lucky to get her, actually, with the amount of eyeballs on her and attention. She's getting pulled in every direction now. And so lucky for the Love podcast to have Melani. And here is what Janet had to say.
What's scary to me listening to this today is I'm turning 71 in a week. It sounds weird to even say that. And everything you're describing about perimenopause is, I'm sorry to tell you this, my friends, postmenopause as well. Except for I don't have teenagers and nobody's knocking on my car window. It's really tough being a woman. It's wonderful. I wouldn't be a man. But everything described today, the fatigue, the brain fog, I have that on and off at my age now. So why do we get this sentence that starts when we're my daughter's ages are they're starting perimenopause, and here I am still doing it. So thanks for sharing, Melanie. It was wonderful to listen to her. My first podcast with you, Jen, read and listened to your book, Awake. And so you've got a new podcast fan. Thank you.
Oh my gosh, Janet. Well, welcome.
Welcome
To the community. We have billions of conversations you're going to love. Wow. I'm hearing more voices like Janet's also saying postmenopause is a conversation to be having too. One sentence that lives rent free in my head actually was from the Awake tour, the book tour, when Dr. Mary Claire Haver was with me in Houston as my special guest. And we were fielding questions from the crowd, and somebody said something like about the symptoms, both in perimenopause and postmenopause. And I mean, almost like ever so casual, like bloop, bloop. She goes, "Oh, I can handle all of that." She was like, I could solve all of that in 10 minutes. And I was like, it was so confident. But my point is, to Janet, I think with the advancements that we have right now, with so much attention and finally money being invested into women's health, particularly menopausal women, there are solutions. Like this, what I am hearing from all these doctors that we have on the show and all these experts is that this does not have to be a life sentence. Like there are solutions that at the bare minimum can bring relief from this season of life. But we don't want Melanie to take any of it because she's so funny. I would like her to continue to suffer at least a low level for content. She's so funny.
Spoken like a true fan.
I know, but she makes us laugh so hard.
I do. Of course, we're at the front edge of this. And so as usual, I kind of go back and forth between, there's this enormous freedom and power and wisdom that comes with age. And also, like the way our healthcare deals with things, we almost have to pathologize everything to get attention, to be seen, to figure out if we need meds. And so I do think it's this balance of acknowledging, like, our bodies have been through a whole real life. Like, knees are going to wear down. But I think that there's a way to hold that and not feel like we have to suffer. But also realize, like, we want to, like, slide into home base, like, used up and worn out.
Right.
And my knees are never going to feel like they did when I was in 7th grade.
No, they're not. That's a fact. Do you ever watch these hilarious videos that people do where they're like, challenge your best friends, like all our age, to sprint? Do you ever see this?
Yes.
And just see how far we have declined. And every time I scream with laughter because everyone is like, I mean, I used to be fast, like the confidence before the sprint is so high. Like, I'm like a great runner, it's like 40 yards. And then they pull a hammy and they like fall down and they're so slow. They're so slow and they run bad. And all I could think about is all of us lining up on the street and just saying go and watching our old lady bodies run down the street. It makes me laugh so hard just the thought of it. Anyways.
That's good content.
It's hilarious. Thank God for good content. Thank you, Internet, for continuing to make us laugh. And thanks for calling in, Janet. Welcome to the community. All right, let's keep going.
Okay, this next episode really hit a nerve or like touch something like a deep need we might have. This is our episode with Chrissy King and Joe called in.
Okay.
Jen, I am sitting here listening to your conversation with Chrissy King, and you just mentioned in the interview about how your doctor had told you to let go of that number that you've been holding on for your goal weight. And I looked it up because I've had my number too. I looked it up and I found a site that will calculate your ideal healthy weight by age and height. 5 different ways. And it is 10 to 15 under my goal, which is
What?
hilarious and horrible at the same time. And I cannot stop thinking about it. BMI calculation, which we all know is bullshit, gave me a better number range. It was awful. I just wanted to share that because it is so infuriating. And that's what we're dealing with. Oh my gosh. I just left you a voicemail about having gone on and done a website with like 5 different ideal weight calculators regarding your conversation with Chrissy King. What I forgot to mention, not only were those weights 10 to 15 under my goal that I've been holding on to, they were what I weighed as a junior in high school.
Insane.
When I was walking my happy little butt across town everywhere because I didn't have a car. And I was literally living on Mountain Dew and sugar cookies. And that's it. So, yay, goals.
Goals. I totally thought that was going a different direction.
Me too. I thought this was going to be a good resource for us.
I'm like,
No.
I cannot wait to plug in my information to this website.
More garbage.
That's garbage. I'd like to know who designed that website, to be honest. Anybody who thinks a 50-year-old has an ideal weight of whatever she was as a twiggy little 17-year-old, that's dumb. Mm-hmm. That's absolutely dumb. We are up. It's a conspiracy. Everybody wants us to feel bad, and it is working.
It's working. And it is a conspiracy, an actual one.
No, I know. And it is lucrative. Okay, Joe, first of all, I hope you never go on that website again. Burn it down. Mm-hmm. Don't listen to anything they said. Like, can we live? Can somebody just let us live? One of my favorite things about getting older is I'm inching closer to, I am not in it yet, I'll tell you. You know, I still absolutely operate out of vanity. But I'm inching closer to what women a decade ahead of us, definitely 2 decades ahead of us, they're like, don't give up.
Yeah.
Anymore. I mean, this conversation is off their radar. They're like, I don't care. That is so beneath me and behind me. Like, I'm living my normal life now. We're getting closer.
We're getting closer. I actually just watched a documentary because I was sick in bed all weekend called What Would Sophia Loren Do?
Oh.
It was on Netflix. It was just like a short little 30-minute documentary.
It's cute.
About this like Italian grandma who had grown up watching Sophia Loren. She was first generation Italian. And her kids were coming to her like about her, blood pressure and her weight and her health metrics. And then the final straw was someone suggested she eat whole wheat pasta.
That did it.
And
that
she was like,
it?
you know what? In that moment, I thought, what would Sophia Loren do?
Oh my God, that's so cute.
It was really sweet. I mean, it was about her relationship, her parasocial relationship. But then in the end, they get to meet.
Oh, they do?
Mm-hmm. But also, it made me think like, yes, there is health.
Sure.
There is health.
There's health.
These other metrics.
Come on.
No.
Also, they aren't necessarily correlated. Like, our bodies are different shapes and sizes and densities, and just plugging numbers into some sort of calculator and expecting everyone to get, I guess, the same answer is silly. That's so silly. Like, we're just not all built the same. We don't require the same things. I don't know. I'm so weary of it. Mm-hmm. I'm so tired of it. And it has like, all that body image stuff is just, ugh. Well, it's worked on me.
It has, but we are clawing our way out.
We are. I was just thinking about this. I was in a text thread with some friends, and I'm like giving some advice, and one of them was like, how do you just like automatically know about this? Like, how do you know how to manage this like hard thing? And I was like, thinking about that, because it just came super flying off my fingers. Like I just immediately knew what to do. I could see the path. I could like see the boundary that needed to be created. I just knew immediately. I'm like, it is because of this show. Essentially, we get free therapy from our guests every single week.
Every week.
It's free. Like they come in here for 1 hour, the smartest, most interesting, engaged, competent people. And they talk to us for 1 free hour about what they know. And all that information lives in my brain.
And some days I can access it.
At least half the time. At least half the time. So podcast listening is a really modern way to learn and to grow and to be stretched and to have your ideas challenged. It's such a great resource. So we hope you feel the same way, listeners, but I feel this way as a host.
Yes, for sure.
I mean, all the time, you guys, we will get off an episode and like click off, and just be like, oh my God.
Yes. On the regular, you and I text and say, like, what is our job?
Why is this a job?
Did you see the calendar?
I know.
What on earth?
Oh, I know. We get little email notifications when we have booked like a guest that we've really been wanting to have or we're really fascinated by, and then we geek out. And then hopefully by the time we get to them, we're acting cooler. I don't know.
Sometimes.
The verdict is absolutely out on that one. But thank you so much for calling in, Joe. Girl, you're not alone. Just know that you have found the right room. Stay here with us. All right, let's keep going.
Okay, our next one is Coral.
Okay.
This goes back to something we've talked about all year. Your book, Awake, really has had a profound impact on readers. More than you could have ever seen coming.
For sure.
More than any of us who read it early.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it impacted us individually when we read it, but there has been a collective response that has become its own thing.
That's true.
The stories that women are in turn telling you about themselves, about their own experiences. So many people say our stories are very similar.
For sure.
But even women who don't have the same trajectory are resonating so much. But this voicemail from Coral, starts with, I think, a really common sentence, which is, our stories are very similar.
All right, let's hear it. Here's Coral.
Hey, Jen, this is Coral from Dallas-Fort Worth, Texas. I just wanted to send you a quick message and share that our stories are very similar in a lot of ways. I, too, was raised very deep in the Southern Baptist Church. I got married at a young age at 19 because that seemed to make sense at the time, right? I was married 27 years before discovering that my ex had been unfaithful to an unknown number of women. And as you expressed in the book, the gut-wrenching distress that caused was like no other pain I've ever experienced or even thought I had the capacity to experience. And some of those days were the absolute darkest time of my life. But fast forward now 4 years of doing a lot of healing work and therapy work and EMDR and working on some of my childhood stuff. I'm incredibly thankful for my journey and the awakening that I'm having, the opportunity to return to me, to whom I was always intended to be. I've learned to appreciate my body rather than to be critical of her and beat her up. And when I initially went through all of my shit, I really clung to the church. And after about a year or so of that, my body was just telling me something didn't feel right. And so I've carried a lot of guilt for stopping going to church and thinking I needed to find the right people or needed to find the right church. But really, your book helped open my eyes in terms of the trauma and what I need to dig deeper with in therapy and really allow myself some grace and compassion in terms of the fact that I do love Jesus. It's the organized religion and the church that I need to work through some of those issues with. I did want to also mention one thing that I will be seeking out is the closing of the bones. I was fascinated by that experience that you had, and I'm hopeful that I can find somebody here in the DFW area. I'm encouraged by your story. I'm so happy that you have found Tyler and that you have a beautiful life, and it really is inspiring. And I'm excited to see where the next chapters of my life take me. Thank you for everything.
I love that. Well, but if you guys haven't read Awake yet, you just heard its synopsis. Apparently, we had the same life and the same experience. Oh, I will never get tired of hearing this. Never, 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 never. That women get crushed up and discarded, and then they fight their way back to the surface and they're better than before. It never, ever gets old. And it's so common. Well, it's like I told David from the New York Times when he said my book was a trope about women having a divorce after betrayal and then healing. I'm like, maybe it's a trope because it's true, David.
Yeah.
Maybe women are awesome. Maybe it's a trope because we do recover and we are incredible and we are very resilient and we're better off without these like drag men like weighing us down to the bottom of the ocean.
Yeah.
So when Coral is like, look at me waking up to my own life, I'm like, of course you are. Of course you are. You always had it in you. We all do. We all did.
Yeah, we're incredibly resilient.
God.
And somehow can make it through our absolute darkest valleys and surface and immediately not set out for revenge.
Ugh.
Somehow, collectively,
So true.
we can recognize the trauma, understand how it changed us, and then still do what we can to make things better.
Can you just imagine if women were in charge?
Yes, I can, because this is what we're seeing in Minneapolis. I know we have a voicemail coming up from Jen in Minnesota, but I have seen these rumblings on the other side of like this must be like a fully funded thing that they've been working on for years. It is far too organized.
Totally.
Like it is like basically these wine moms are operating as a nation state.
Sure.
Like there's no other explanation except they've been working on this for decades. But no.
They're just women.
They're women who have like our little sad rectangles.
We sure do.
But we use them
And
for
we
good.
know how to use them.
We know how to join a Slack conversation and a text thread and set up Google Sheets and decentralize everything and get shit done every day.
That's just so true.
There are actually, I have not heard a single woman say that there's no explanation for this. It's impossible.
Totally. How could it be? How could it be this orderly and smart in such a short amount of time?
Yeah.
I mean, paid wine moms is all I can guess. It's so dumb.
It's so dumb. People who haven't been paying attention
Yeah.
to who's actually been running everything
It's true.
on the surface.
Yeah.
Like I don't love the culture we're in where everything is planned and executed and, you know, kindergarten sports are the most complex things ever.
Sure.
But we have learned from it. And now we're using that experience.
Yeah, because turns out the engine behind all the systems have always been women. I mean, women have always staffed it, run it, organized it, led it. I mean, the men often are out front and get the credit. I mean, but one layer under and more, you'll find women making it all happen. I know, I think I've probably said this on the show before, but Tyler always tells me, he's just like, I find it astonishing that every woman on earth is not a lesbian. He's like, why would you want to be with men? He's like, women are so much better than men. I'm like, we know, and we wish we were, to be honest.
Sorry.
So
Tyler, we just weren't all born that way.
thank you. I didn't choose this.
We can't help it. But also thank you for the recognition.
He's just like, I'm always stunned when a woman loves a man.
Anyway, yes,
Coral. Yay for you.
Yay for you. Keep doing what you're doing.
Best days ahead. Absolutely. Okay, one more. Our final call today, like Amy mentioned, comes from Jen from Minnesota. Let's hear what our Minnesota girlfriend has to say to us.
Hey, Jen, it's Jen from Minneapolis. I just wanted to say thank you for all of the love that you've been sending our way as we are going through this unimaginable time in our city and in the state of Minnesota. But I also want you to know that there is hope here and goodness will prevail. And you've talked about that in some of your posts. But I want the readers and the listeners to know that that is, in fact, very, very true. The Minnesota Jen Hatmaker Book Club is still meeting monthly. We will be getting together soon to talk about the January book. And that community is in touch throughout these days in support of each other. And we are so grateful and thankful for you that you brought this community of women together that are now leaning on each other in a time that none of us could possibly imagine was going to be part of our lifetimes. So Jen, thanks again for all that you do, for all of the messages and the positive words that you share. It makes a difference in the lives of real people, and we can't say thank you enough.
I mean, speak of the women.
Yeah. Thank you, Jen.
Just to circle all the way back to where we started, Minnesota, Minneapolis has created a spark for the not just the nation right now, but even the world. The watching world who is all like chewing their fingernails off, going, this is terrible for all of us. And we are shocked to watch a country fall apart in real time like this. The Minneapolis people have shown us something possible.
Yes.
Shown us what is possible. And it matters. It really matters. I feel it in my gut. Like that started something so wide and so true and so good, so peaceful, so loving, so inclusive. Like just, it hit all the right notes. And we just want you to know, Jen, also all the JHBC members up there, we have such an incredible Minnesota contingency in JHBC, but we have learned from you. Like we really have.
Yes.
We have learned from them. I clocked everything that I watched and went, well, hell, we're right here on the border. I mean, ICE is here now.
ICE is here now.
Yeah, it's here now. But like, they gave us a masterclass.
They did. Yes, a masterclass in resistance.
Yep.
Also just feeding mouths every single day.
Walking kids to school.
And also collective resistance.
Yep.
Like stand your ground.
Yeah, exactly.
Like force the fight.
When I see all those videos and I just am like watching the courage, if they're just people, they're just, regular people, the paid wine moms, Obvi, just refusing to be intimidated, to be bullied. I mean, they're being bullied, but it's not making them quieter.
No.
It's not making them stay home. I mean, except for their neighbors who are in genuine danger. And they're like, we'll take it. We'll get your groceries. We'll get your kids to and from school. We'll set up watch parties around your house. Oh,
it's the best.
Oh my God. It is inspiring. It's still going on. I mean,
it's not.
Yeah.
The other side is not winning.
Yeah.
They are not.
No.
But this is so far from over.
Oh, it's so far from over, but watching like the will of the people exert itself against such powerful forces is, I don't know, this is a big moment in our generation to do the right thing.
Yeah.
Like, this will be a huge, I don't you try to think sometimes about what the history books are going to say about this time period in American history, and what the American response was. I think about that a lot.
Yeah.
This is our moment to write that story.
Yeah.
So, like, Jen, we are pulling for you like you cannot imagine. And we're with you. We're learning from you. We're inspired by you. We're proud of you. Thank you for showing America the way. I mean, I said it in my post, but I'm like, these dum-dums brought ice to winter people in January.
Come on.
Dude. They brought a knife to a gunfight. Like,
and they had a lot of meetings about this too.
What? They go to Florida.
And still followed through. God. This is why we will win.
Oh, anyway.
Okay. Thank you, everybody who called in.
Totally.
Continue to do that. We really do want to know how you feel about each episode, what you're learning, what you want us to know about your experience. We learn from you too.
We do. And some of these are such fun deep cuts, like finding out that Lee Camp episode is going to inspire someone to give up their phone. Like, we didn't see that coming.
No.
So we just wouldn't know that if you didn't tell us that. And that is just delightful. That's so wonderful. Again, this fake job that we have to get free therapy every week from famous and fancy people is even better when we get to find out from you how it is serving you too.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, that's why we do this. I mean, we do this for you, for our listeners. But we're just delighted that you love our guests as much as we do. We get so much out of it too, you guys. It's not just you. They're blowing our minds all the time, challenging me. I walk away from so many episodes going, I'm going to do something different today.
Yeah.
I'm going to adjust a dial here that I heard today. Like,
every week.
Yeah.
Every week I'm like, well, when you know better, you do better.
Yeah, that's just it. And this show is a treasure trove of incredible content. Like, if you're a new listener, I cannot tell you enough. Go into our archives. Like, just start scrolling back. Look at the caliber of guests we've had, the conversations we have hosted. It's deep waters. Like, really great. This free. This is your free therapy. It's just like us.
Just like us.
It matters to us that we're always bringing you a good show and that we are bringing content that you want and need, same as us. And so thank you so much for calling in and letting us know how and why it has mattered to you. So we love these episodes. We'll have another one coming up shortly. So if you are listening today, you can be one of our callers. Go over to jenhatmaker.com. And right there under the podcast tab, you're just going to see a send voicemail button. And it is that simple. Just hit it, leave a message for us, and that's it. Like, we collect all those, and then we'll pull them together into episodes just like this. And it's just delightful to hear from you. And from everybody else, by the way, who left a message and you're not on the episode, thank you for telling us your stories and for responding to us. Like I always said, none of them get dropped on the cutting room floor. So regardless, thank you for calling us and giving us your incredible feedback. All right, you guys.
Thanks for listening.
We sure love you. See you next week.
Bye.